Hi friends, welcome to my video. This video is the part 1 video of spontaneous generation and biogenesis. First, we'll see what is spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation is an obsolete theory which states that living organisms can originate from inanimate objects. For example, according to that theory, pieces of cheese and bread wrapped in rags and left in a dark corner would produce mice because after several weeks there were mice in the rags. Spontaneous generation is the belief that on a daily basis living organisms arise from non living matter, and this idea was entrenched throughout most of recorded history. Aristotle was one of the first to record his conclusions on the possible transition from non-living to living. Let's have a look about Aristotle. Aristotle, ancient Greek philosopher and scientist, one of the greatest intellectual figures of Western history. Aristotle's intellectual range was vast, covering most of the sciences and many of the arts. He pioneered the study of zoology, both observational and theoretical. But he is, of course, most outstanding as a philosopher. But even the astute Aristotle thought that animals might originate spontaneously from the soil, plants, or other unlike animals. Aristotle proposed that life arose from non-living material if the material contained pneuma or vital heat. As evidence, he noted several instances of the appearance of animals from environments previously devoid of such animals. This theory persisted into the 17th century when scientists undertook additional experimentation to support or disprove it. The thought that life was born from the substances it was found on, that is, aphids arise from dew on plants, mice from air stacks, flies from putrefied matter, etc., prevailed until the 19th century. There were many experiments performed in an attempt to disprove this idea, the most notable being done by Louis Pasteur. Spontaneous generation is sometimes referred to as abiogenesis. Let's see about abiogenesis. Abiogenesis is the origination of life from non-living materials. Louis Pasteur had disproven the old definition of abiogenesis, which focused on spontaneous generation, and it should be noted that the modern hypothesis of abiogenesis is different from this obsolete abiogenesis. Modern abiogenic theory suggests that more than 3.5 billion years ago, life arose from primordial chemicals under conditions prevalent on early Earth. Friends, you may have seen my second video, Origin of Life on Earth. In that video, I explained how simple elements combined to form complex molecules and how these complex molecules become self-replicating and formed the basis for simple life forms. We should clearly understand one thing, that such a process could not take place on Earth today because the necessary conditions no longer exist. Alexander Oparin put forth the first scenario of modern abiogenic theory. The Oparin-Haldane hypothesis suggested that life arose gradually from inorganic molecules. The most famous experiment demonstrating the possibility of modern abiogenic theory was the Miller-Urey experiment. Modern concepts of abiogenesis are based largely on the same principles as the Oparin-Haldane theory and the Miller-Urey experiment. We should know that both modern abiogenesis and spontaneous generation proposes that life can originate from non-living matter, but the details of the two are completely different. While abiogenesis is a valid theory that has not been disproven, spontaneous generation is an outdated belief that has been shown to be incorrect. Next, we are going to see about biogenesis. The biogenesis theory claims that all living things arise from living things. This theory is completely opposite to the spontaneous generation theory. In 1858, a German doctor and pathologist, Rudolf Virchow, stated that living cells can arise only from pre-existing living cells. However, without any concrete scientific evidence, his statement was not accepted by everyone. Louis Pasteur was the first person to successfully prove the theory of biogenesis. He proposed that there are organisms present in the air that are not visible to the naked eye. He carried out an experiment that could dissolve the spontaneous theory of generation and prove the theory of biogenesis. Henry Charlton Bastian proposed the term archebiosis to pertain to the living organisms that formed from non-living matter. He was also the person who coined the term biogenesis to replace the term spontaneous generation. Later, Thomas Henry Huxley proposed that the term abiogenesis be used to pertain to the process of spontaneous generation and the term biogenesis be used for the process where life arises from similar life. In this video, we learned what is abiogenesis, spontaneous generation, biogenesis. And in my next video, I will be giving you more details about the same topic. Thank you, friends.